Kids nowadays. The weekend finally comes and what do? Sleep in till late afternoon. Then you wake up, watch some floppy-haired European imitate an American turd whilst playing really, really crap games. What the hell is wrong with you? Well, back in my day, the late 80s and early 90s, this tomfoolery would just not stand. In fact, back in my day, kids always got up early to watch spiky-haired ex-BBC soap stars present Saturday morning TV shows.
Thank you very much. Anyway, it's Shamerish's helpful handy hints. We have many letters, and helpful handy hint coming up right now. Should you ever get a puncture on your bike and you want to find out where the puncture is, okay, just get your bike, turn it up onto its saddle, and look at the wheels. And if you've got a flat wheel, then that's where your puncture is.
Yeah, actually, you might want to stick with PewDiePie. In these shows, such as The Big Breakfast, The Broom Cupboard, Live and Kicking, and of course Get Fresh, which is what this episode is all about, you get a fairly even mix of UK and US originated kids programs, fun games, call-ins, and even some of them having exclusive games in them, which you would then need to call in and control the character on the screen using the numbers on your phone.
Left, up, clunk.
Careful the asteroids! Oh, well done!
You can sort of look at this as Twitch or YouTube gaming for the early 90s. Now, these pre-recorded Saturday morning breakfast shows not only gave us fresh new content, in fact, they was the only place I was able to watch the latest episodes of stuff like Kenan and Kel before my family got Sky. That's cable for you Americans watching. But by this time, I was more interested in the 5-minute preview on Television X. Actually, forget that last bit. So yeah, back to the breakfast shows. Some of them actually had mascots in them, like Ed the Duck, or Ed the Duck as he was originally known, who ended up becoming so popular, he ended up getting his own video game for home computers. I actually owned this one, a game heavily inspired by the likes of such great games as Rainbow Island by Zeppelin Games. And, well, it sucked. However, because it had the face of the punk Teddy on it, it got a sequel that somehow sucked even harder. With one reviewer going as far as saying, I'd rather spend the rest of my life locked in a room with Andy Peters and all of the presenters of the Disney Club than play it again. 3%. Ouch. Not a good start. Now today on Slope's Game Room, I don't want to talk about Ed the Duck. Oh no. He is way too obvious of a 90s mascot. Just look at him. Nope, today on Slope's Game Room, I want to talk about another Saturday morning mascot who helped host ITV's Get Fresh. I am of course talking about Gilbert the Alien. Welcome to Slope's Game Room. Just look at him. Yep, he's weird enough. Let's do this. The year is 1986 and Get Fresh kicks off its first season with Gaztop, possibly more known for his co-presenting skills in How To, and his girlfriend Violet Berlin, the female gaming host that every kid in the UK who grew up in the 90s will have heard of. Charlotte Hindle, who did this, and Gian Samarco, who was once the main kid in The Secret Diary of Adrian Mole, aged 13 3/4.
Just my luck. Spots on my chin for the first day of the new year.
Man, 80s and 90s kids watched a lot of random TV. However, after the show's first season, Gian left and Gilbert entered.
This is it. The ultimate in tea time munch possibilities. Yes, folks, it's all achieved without leaving the country. Now,
originally a resident on the planet Drill and landing on Earth in 1986, he fell straight into his co-host job on The Breakfast Show and gave it a much-needed comedy edge, voiced by comedian Phil Cornwell. Gilbert became an overnight hit, with the book Gilbert's Guide to Life and the short-lived Marvel Comics Gilbert Fridge coming out not long after. So after dominating these two mediums, as you would expect, it wasn't long before a home computer game was made. Gilbert Escape from Drill. This is what it says in the manual. Gilbert is feeling very pleased with himself. A jolly spiffing summer zipping about all over the earth has left him feeling like a superhero. Unfortunately, the rest of his fellow Drillians are not quite as happy. In fact, they are green and slimy with envy. Talk, 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 rabbit, rabbit. Will Gilbert never shut up about his time on Earth? Luckily, even Gilbert has to stop for breath. And just as things are getting back to normal, a telegram arrives from Earth to invite Gilbert back to do a new series. That's done it. The Drillians can take no more. They decided that the only way to avoid another winter of Gilbert's bragging is to stop him from getting to the Tyne-Tees television studio and signing his contract. The Millennium Dustbin has certain important parts removed. Well, wouldn't you class the toilet as important? And spread about the planet of Drill. The Drillians remain tight-lipped about it. Not easy when you have a mouth the size of Gilbert's, but being jolly sporting types, they gave him a chance of finding some clues and to the whereabouts of the missing pieces. All Drillians love a good video game, so they decided that if Gilbert can beat their favourite arcade game, they'll give him a clue. It all sounds very easy to a being with a brain box the size of Gilbert's, until he realises that he must reach Earth within 24 hours, otherwise the contract will be given to another superstar. How's that for you? Talk about an awesome concept for a game. So let's look at the game. You obviously take control of Gilbert, searching the planet Drill for the missing pieces of your ship. You have to enter various milk bars. Yep, apparently milk gets aliens drunk on this planet. And then you play games like this one. We challenge you to a game of snot fight. Or what about this one? We challenge you to a game of Sprout Wars. Anyone for a game of Brain Drain? Earth Invaders? I think you get the idea. It's a pretty naff 2D platforming game filled up with mediocre puzzle party games. Complete one of these puzzles and it gives you a clue like this. Solve this one then, smarty pants. Search for Tarzan's favourite place. Yeah, pretty obvious. It's in some trees. So you go to find this place and you end up finding the letter G, which fills the Millennium Dustbin, aka your ship's gauge. And you've got to do all this within a time limit. If you fail any of those challenges beforehand, you lose an hour. You're obviously doing all of this so you can get back to Earth and film another Get Fresh or Gilbert's Fridge or Gilbert's Lake or an afternoon on the moon, whatever contract the game was talking about. You eventually do it, get the underwhelming end splash screen, and that is it. So, looking back, well, for one, I actually know what the hell I'm doing in the game now. But sadly, that doesn't make the game any better. The little mini games are not horrifically bad, but the sections between them are way too hard to find enjoyable. The game has a great concept, a likeable character, and has random fusions of games like Jack the Nipper and, I don't know, Snake. However, it ends up being a little bit crap, and well, you might as well just go play those games instead. The Zap review of the game in issue 51, July 1989, gave it 40%, and said, personally, I'd rather just get drunk. Wouldn't we all? Will we ever see anything more from Gilbert the Alien? No. Do we want to? No. His time on TV was great. I think it's worth documenting, but it was the perfect product of its time. However, for the game, just like Ed the Duck, it was another crap cash-in, and it tarnished the Alien's disgusting name. Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video. If you want to check out some more of my videos, click the links that you see at the top of the screen. If you haven't already, please rate, favourite, comment and subscribe. And if you want to support the show that little bit extra, come and check me out over on Patreon. This is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.